Well, it finally happened. Someone made a movie based on Chuck Norris jokes. The Expendables 2 is directed by Simon West, written by Richard Wenk and Sylvester Stallone, and of course stars Stallone, and of course returning Expendables Jason Statham, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture, Terry Crews, Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and now with the addition of Chuck Norris, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Liam Hemsworth, Scott Adkins, and Yunnan. So in the Expendables 2, the Expendables are assigned to go to Albania to retrieve a certain something, but when they get there, they're intercepted by Jean Villain, played by Jean-Claude Van Damme, who not only takes this thing they're looking for, but kills one of their own. And now the Expendables are on his trail, ready to get that thing back and, for some good old-fashioned revenge. Now, if the first Expendables film was, these old action stars trying to prove their relevance in the modern age, they're trying to prove that they could make like a modern action movie and it didn't work. This movie really is them just trying to embrace what they are, it's them coming to terms with themselves. They are over the top, silly, hyper violent, not necessarily very deep, but we love them for it. And I know that the Expendables 3 came out in PG-13 and this was rumored to, have the same rating also. And personally, I don't think this would ever work for an Expendables movie because if you're trying to embrace what you really are, then you can't censor things. I know Chuck Norris wanted to censor the language, but that's fine. You have to listen to what Chuck Norris says. I wouldn't really say that The Expendables 2 is a good movie per se, but it's extremely fun. It's definitely much better than the first. It's just a blast to watch. And one of the great things about this movie is that it doesn't rely on CGI so much anymore. In the first movie, they're trying to kind of be all dark and edgy by using, updated technology and whatnot. And here, it really is just old-fashioned stunts. They're, actual vehicles that are not CGI. And the things that are CGI, they're very, very cleaned up. In fact, and I will say this for any movie at all, the reliance on practical effects and stuff actually makes things more intense because it's really there. And finally, there's a lot more personality with the production design and with the fights and stuff. Like at the beginning of the movie, you see the Expendables in like these tricked out cars and stuff, and those look great. I mean, it really, really fit the tone of this thing. And the great thing about the big action set pieces in this movie is that the places where they fight, they feel like video game maps, and I mean that in like the best way possible. There's so many different places where enemies can come from. They have lots of fun just putting all these Expendables. There are a lot of them, like just everywhere on the map, and just watching them fight. But the most surprising thing to me about this movie was that visually speaking, there's some legitimately gorgeous looking shots in this movie. Like I have no idea where they came from. They had such surprising clarity and sometimes they're very symmetrical even. The lighting throughout this movie is very, very well lit. It's not dark anymore like the first one. There are lots of wide shots. Also, it's not closed up anymore. They also improved the sound a lot. It's no longer oppressive, but it's still impactful. It packs a punch. It doesn't make your ears bleed. And I forgot to mention this in my review for the first one, but they have lots of cool retro songs that they start using, and here, it really fits the tone more because in the first movie they were trying to be all dark and stuff, and they used these retro songs, and it didn't quite achieve the feeling that it wanted to achieve, and here it really feels just more playful. And in terms of plot, The Expendables 2 is, definitely like this straightforward revenge story now. Like, there's no more stuff about the Expendables turning on each other like in the first movie. Here, it really is just there's one objective, and that's all they have to do. And I actually think that works strangely well for this kind of movie. I mean, you're not here really for story, so you just really need like a simplistic plot, and this I think really works because it's so unburdened by attempts at being deep and stuff, and there's an emotional core to it. Like the reason why they have to go after this guy, you feel it. You're just like adrenaline pumped. The great thing about this story is that it really again embraces its cliches and its archetypal characters. It knows it's not going to be deep, but it embraces that. And the director Simon West, who is taking the reins from Sylvester Stallone, thank God, does such a good job, I think, staging action. Every single action scene here, even if it's just people with guns and stuff, it's great to watch because it's a lot of fun. He knows how to place his people around and stuff. And I will admit, the one scene where you see Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, and Arnold Schwarzenegger standing in the line, just firing guns, just mowing people down, I got chills. Okay, like I didn't even grow up with these guys, and I got chills. And like I mentioned, there's certain scenes in this movie that are supposed to be emotional and they actually do work surprisingly. And I also think you have to thank Simon West for the tone he achieved in this movie. It's almost an action comedy, not quite, but it's very, very lighthearted. It's very, very self-aware. It has a lot of fun with itself. And as for things I didn't really like about this movie, for one, there's some non-fight scenes that I feel like could have been cut down substantially. I feel like there's scenes where people are just talking and stuff. this series really has a knack for being a bit too in-jokey at times, and that still persists here. And as straightforward as the plot is, it's still kind of filled with impossible conveniences and stuff. Like they will just get out of a situation, Deus Ex Machina style. And again, we still don't really know anything about these characters. There's still some terrible dialogue occasionally, and these guys still necessarily aren't really acting. They're just again playing versions of themselves, except for Liam Hemsworth, surprisingly. Now, if the first movie had Mickey Rourke as their like good actor, this movie actually has Liam Hemsworth as the good actor. He doesn't have obviously as huge a role as the rest, but there are certain scenes where you really just get a sense of who this character is. He's the only person in this movie who you can say is a character. But despite these flaws, just because it's so fun to watch, I will say this is an okay movie. And part of me wants to argue that, this is really what it should be. Like, an Expendables movie can never be, like, flat out good because it has to embrace itself, it has to be cheesy and over the top. But, the other side of me wants to argue that one day it would be amazing if we get an actually legitimately good Expendables movie, something like an action classic like Die Hard or Speed or something like that. But we'll just have to wait for that. Alright, so that's my review for the Expendables 2. Have you guys seen it? What do you think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Whether you agree with me or not, please leave me a comment. Let's have a conversation.